everybody, it's Andrea here. We have all heard about folk tales, and today I want to share one of my favorite ones with you about three pigs and a very naughty wolf. Okay? So once upon a time, there was an old mother pig who had three pigs and not enough food to feed them. So when they were old enough, she sent them out into the world to seek their own fortunes. First, the first little pig was very slow. He didn't want to work at all, and he built his house out of straw. The second pig worked a little bit harder, but was somewhat slow too, and he built his house out of sticks. Then they sang and danced and played together for the rest of the day. The third little pig worked hard all day and built his house with bricks. It was a sturdy house, complete with fine fireplace and chimney. Looked like it could withstand the strongest winds. The next day, a wolf happened to pass by the lane where the three little pigs lived. He saw the straw. He smelled the pig inside. He thought the pig would make a fine meal, and his mouth began to water. Soon he knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me in, let me in." But the little pig saw the wolf's big paws through the keyhole. So he answered back, "No, no, no, not by the hairs on my chinny chin chin." Then the wolf showed his teeth, and he said, "I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow the house down." So he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house down. The wolf opened his jaws very wide and bit down as hard as he could, but the first little pig escaped and ran to hide with the second pig. The wolf continued down the lane as he passed the second house made of sticks. He saw the house and smelled the pigs inside. His mouth began to water, and he thought about the fine dinner they would make. So he knocked on the door and said, little pigs, let me in, let me in." But the little pigs saw the wolf's pointy ears through the keyhole. So they answered back, "No, no, no, not by the hairs on my chinny chin chin." So the wolf showed his teeth and said, "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow the house down." So he huffed and he puffed and he blew the house down. The wolf was greedy, and he tried to catch both pigs at once, but he was too greedy and got neither one. His big jaws clamped down hard, but nothing. But the air, and the two little pigs scrambled away as fast as they could with their little hooves would carry them. The wolf chased them down the lane, and he almost caught them. But they made it to the brick house and slammed the door before the wolf could catch them. Three little pigs, they were frightened. They knew the wolf wanted to eat them. They were very, very true. The wolf hadn't eaten all day, and he had worked up a large appetite chasing those pigs around, and now he could smell all three of them inside, and he knew that the little pigs would make a lovely feast. So the wolf knocked on the door and said, little pigs, let me in, let me in." But the little pigs saw the wolf's narrow eyes through the keyhole. So they answered back, "No, no, no, not by the hairs on my chinny chin chin." So the wolf showed his teeth, and he said, "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow the house down." Well, he huffed, and he puffed, he puffed, and he huffed, and he huffed, and huffed, and he puffed, and he puffed. He could not blow the house down. At last, he was out of breath, so he couldn't huff and he couldn't puff anymore. So he stopped to rest and thought for a bit. But this was too much. The wolf danced about with rage, and he swore he would come down the chimney and eat the little pigs for supper. But while he was climbing on the roof, the little pig made up a big blazing fire and put a big pot of water. Then the wolf was coming down the chimney. The little pig pulled off the lid and plop, he fell into the water.